Hi guys, it's Sherry. So today we are going to be creating this gorgeous set. We have a beautiful necklace here. This pendant is filled with resin and some sparkle, and then we have some nice gems on the side, and then we have these earrings, which are, I just absolutely love these. They have a little sparkle as well inside, and then I picked for the post to have a little bit of gems on them as well. And then of course, since it's the month of February, I chose to do this set red. So let's get started and have a great time creating this set. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I have Primo black clay, and I have it on my second thickest setting, and I'm just going to cut that in half. Okay, just do a quick roll. Make sure they're connected well. I have my saran wrap, and then I have this cutter. I'm going to press down. Okay. I'm just going to smooth out the sides. There's a little hair there. Okay. I'm going to do one more just so I can have the middle piece. Let me do that one more here. I want to do this so they're the same. Thickness. There we go. Perfect. Okay. It's trash. I have one of these, and I am going to decide. I think I like this flower best, so I'm going to actually, so we could get a little of each one there. There, press down just a little bit. Perfect. Actually, Okay. I'm gonna get this sponge so I can mark up the back, and I'm just very lightly patting down on it because I don't want to mess up the work on the front. Do the same thing. Get 3 of these. We're going to cut them down. Stick them right in the middle. There we go. For this one, you're going to want to kind of measure it up a bit so you don't go all the way through. We will be super gluing these in at the end, so you don't have to worry about them falling out. Okay. I have this metallic rub-on paint, and we're going to do red. Just lightly rub them on. This will bring out all the details of the flower or whatever stencil you decided to use. Okay. I have these little gems for your fingernails, and I'm going to put those on the big one. And I'm actually going to start out with the large and work my way down to the small. Let's see here. Let me get this stuff out of here. I don't press anything down until I'm completely satisfied with the placement, just in case I feel like I want to move them around. Okay, so let's push that down. One here. And one there. Okay. So now I'm going to bake these at 275, my recommended temperature for Primo, for a half hour, and then when those are done in the oven, I will come back and show you how to fill in this hole. Okay guys, so now my pieces are out of the toaster oven and completely cooled off, and the first thing that we are going to do is fill in this hole with some of this. Okay, so this is magic gloss, and in order to do that, after many times of trying this out and trying to figure out how to do it properly, I finally found out that if you use box tape, let me see if I could get this off. Okay, there we go. So I have regular box tape here, and you place your sticky side up and you place your piece right here, and that is going to seal the back side so nothing can go through. I was trying a silicone. I made so many messes trying to figure this out. Alright, so you put that on nice and tight and just pour it in. Okay. I'm just going to spread it out. I want to see if there's any bubbles in here because I don't want bubbles. I'm just going to do a quick, there we go. And now I also got these really cool flakes. These are magic opal flakes. I'm going to take this, my tweezers, I'm just going to put a little bit in there. Just fill it up. And then I'm going to fill up a little more of the resin. I kind of want it to dome up a bit. Maybe a couple more. Okay. I'm just gonna poke those down a bit. I have the same exact gloss in this bottle, but it has a real fine tip. So this way, if I just need a tiny bit more, and I know I'm not going to go overboard and spill it on my edges then. And just poke your little bubbles if you can. I'm just making sure it's all on the edges nicely. Okay. Now I'm going to slide it onto this. And then I am going to UV light this until it's completely dry. I'm not going to touch it for at least a half an hour before I even would want to test it, because it is very thick. So I had the feeling that if I touch it, I'm just going to put a fingerprint on it or mess up the UV some way or another, or the resin, I'm sorry. Okay. So I have this liquid gloss glaze, and I'm just going to use a tiny bit. Get a paintbrush, just kind of swirl it around a bit. And then I'm just going to go on the top here. This stuff dries super fast. And get my sides. And let that dry. Okay, so these are mainly dried, and my next step is going to be pulling these out and super gluing them in to make sure that they don't come loose. So this is the earring piece that I'm going to use. So I want to make sure that when I'm doing this, my pieces match up perfectly so they lay correctly. So I'm going to just put a very tiny bit of super glue just a tiny bit, put it right in the hole. And then I'm going to take this and just push it in and make sure that it's perfectly straight. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Short straight. Okay. Clean up any little bit of glue that may have gotten on. Okay. And these ones are so simple. I really like these ones. So you just take it, open up that way. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Put it on. And then relock it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shine up the back with the rest of my gloss, and then I'll be able to hang the earring up to completely dry. Okay, so while those are drying, I'm still going to wait for the pendant to completely cure, and when that cures, we will come back and gloss that and get that one prepped and ready to go as well. Okay guys, so my piece is completely cured, and now I'm just going to take tape off very carefully. Do it slowly. I had my heart under the UV for probably, I would say, about an hour, just to make sure it was completely done. Here it's a little sticky, so I'm going to actually stick it back under the UV light for about 5 minutes. Okay guys, so while I have the heart under the UV light for the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you how to put together your chain. I chose this chain because it's a little bit fancier than the normal ones that I do, but the reason I wanted it a little bit fancier was I figured we have these pretty hearts with the gems, and then we have the earring post with the little gems in them, and I just thought this would go really well together. So I cut it to length, and then all I'm going to do is add a couple little rings to it. And get my little pliers here. Open it up. And you just add your ring. Make sure it's secure. Okay. Get your second one. This one I'm going to add my little lobster claw clasp. I'm going to close this one as well. Okay. And it is truly that simple. And there is your necklace piece complete, or your chain. Okay. Quick. Okay, that's pretty good. I hope you guys can see this as well as I can. It is really pretty. So our next step is going to be, first let's take this out and put some super glue on it. Remember, just a tiny bit. Get it in the hole. Push all the way down. Make sure it's straight. Okay. And once again, you're going to get your Scolby gloss glaze. Just a tiny bit. Get a brush. And then just go over it. Okay guys, so now this is completely sealed and dried. I still have to do the back, but that will be the last step. I am actually going to put on a small hoop because I don't want my piece to be sliding back and forth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the end, I'm going to pull it and make sure that it's even, because I want to find the center of my necklace. So right here I can see is the center. So I am actually going to place this ring right on the side of there. I normally would go around it, but because this is a tiny ring, I cannot do that. So I'm going to take this, going to attach that, and then here, this actually has tiny little hoops in there, so I'm actually going to attach it to one of the chain links there. And then I'm going to close it up. Let's make sure oops. I'm going to make sure that's 100% closed. There we go. Perfect. All right, so now we're going to put our last bit of glaze on. Let's go around. Give that a couple of minutes and then that will be dried. Okay guys, so now everything is complete. Our entire project is dried and ready to be worn. So here is the necklace. You can see how beautiful and shiny it is. You can tell how the glaze really brought out the red in this. I love how you can see through, and when you hold it up to a light, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And then these earrings, I just find them to be absolutely stunning. And I hope you guys had a good time doing this project with me. And if you liked it, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.